Okay, so I'm going to start off by priming my face with this blurring primer from number 7. And I'm just putting it under my eyes, my nose, and my forehead, and my chin, focusing it mainly there. Because if I were to put it all over my face, it would be too heavy and make my makeup look weird. It's a really silicone-based primer, but it does a great job at like blurring out pores and making everything look smooth and blurred, and I love it. It's expensive, but I love it. And then I'm taking this L'Oreal Infallible Matte Lock Primer, and I'm putting that all over my face. And I have extremely oily skin, so this primer works really well for my skin, but if you just have like slightly oily skin, I've heard a lot of people say that it just dries out their skin, which is kind of why I gravitated towards it. So if you have extremely oily skin like me, I would recommend it, but if not, I wouldn't. Then I'm taking the NYX Angel Veil just as another primer and to be high maintenance, and I'm putting that all over my face too. And this is kind of like a silicone based primer, but it's not as heavy as the other one I've noticed, which is why I put it all over my face. And it just makes my skin look really nice. So and then I'm taking this Hard Candy Glamourflage foundation in the lightest shade, which is going to make me look like a ghost, but for some reason that's just my light where I film, because everywhere else it looks fine. And I'm just taking the applicator and putting the product all over my face like that, because it's one of those giant doe foot applicators. And this foundation is so full coverage and it stays matte all day on me. And I live in Arizona, so I'm pretty much sweating 24/7 here. And I love it. It's one of my favorites. I feel like it's comparable to the Estee Lauder Double Wear, honestly. Oh, and then I'm blending it out with a sponge, as you can already see. Then I'm taking the newest e.l.f. concealer, the Camo one, and putting it on my chin, my jawline area, my forehead and my nose and my under eye and my eyelids to prime them for eyeshadow. I've never really gotten into eyeshadow primers. It's just always been concealer for me, really. That's just what I've noticed has worked the best, and since I found something that works really well, I'm trying not trying to change it. I'm blending it out with the same sponge. And this concealer is also in their lightest shade, shocking. And if my dermal on my cheek looks red, just ignore it. I think whenever I filmed this, it was angry and getting over some irritation, because it got irritated recently. And my skin is just kind of red naturally and gets irritated for no reason, just randomly. And then I'm taking this Wet n Wild powder, and before I blended out my under eyes, I got that ready to use. Then I blend it out and set my under eye right away so it doesn't have time to crease, because I crease so bad no matter what. I just have those lines under my eyes that like to crease. Did the same on the other eye, and I'm doing the same on my eyelids. And even though this powder says translucent, it makes your skin look more yellow and like darker than usual, which is why I wasn't too weird about this foundation being too light, because it ended up looking okay whenever this powder is on it. So I wouldn't really recommend this powder if you don't like if you're already really fair like me, unless you go on a foundation that's already like a bit too light for you. I don't know. Basically, if you're fair, I would just kind of stay away from this powder. I just kind of learned how to work with it. And other than the shade, it's really good. It set my face nice. It doesn't have a weird smell, all that. Yeah. Anyways, brow time. I'm taking the NYX the NYX micro pencil in black, and I'm just combing my brows with the spoolie. I'm combing them the way the hair grows. I know a lot of people comb them up, but I've tried that and it doesn't work for me. And then I'm drawing the line following my natural brow hairs at the angles that I would want it. And then I'm doing the same on the top, and I keep it thinner than I really want it, so because I can always make it thicker, but it's harder to make it thinner once it's already super thick. So I'm just kind of getting like a little base, and I add to it where I see it needs to be added to, which is usually the arch and the tail. And I draw the outline first, and then I fill it in. And this pencil is, honestly, I've been using it for like 2 years at this point. I don't use anything else, pencil-wise. I've tried other things and I don't like them. And this is also the only drugstore black brow pencil I have found that is actually black and not just a really dark brown. And then I just take a little brush and go over it if I need the line to be sharper, because as you can tell, I like those really harsh eyebrows. And then I'm just taking a spoolie and blending out the inner part so it's not too harsh right there, because I only like the color to be harsh. And then I take a really tiny e.l.f. concealer brush with some powder that matches my skin tone, and I blend it right there even further to kind of get that line gone. And clean up around my brows. I do this instead of concealer usually, because the concealer you can kind of see since my face is already set. And the powder, it works fine usually, but if I have to, I'll go in with concealer. Then I'm taking this $1 billion brow powder in the shade Raven, which is their black shade, and taking it on an e.l.f. angled brush and just putting it on my eyebrows, but I'm not bringing it into the part that gets like faded. Well, I'm kind of am, but not like all the way in. And then I'm just taking my spoolie again and blending through it, or combing through it. Oops, not blending through it, that's not the right phrase. Taking the brush and blending it even more. I did the same exact thing on the other brow, I just didn't want you guys to sit through 2 brows. And then I'm taking the NYX Control Freak brow gel and combing my hairs where I want them to set them. And I comb them kind of in the same direction as I spoolie them, so the way the hair grows. But sometimes on the tail, I'll have to like comb it kind of upwards because it likes to fall down. Then I'm taking the NYX 3 Steps to Sculpt palette. I'm taking the contour shade. As you can't tell, I really like NYX. And then I'm taking this e.l.f. contour brush, I think that's what it's called, it's flat. And I'm putting it in under my cheekbones, which is easy for me to find because it's like an actual line no matter what, that's just my face. And then I put it on my cheekbones, my jawline, around my forehead, on the sides of my nose. And this also makes my foundation not look so ghostly. And I use a more cool toned contour, because the warm toned ones look way too orange on me no matter how like neutral they are. They look orange. I don't know. And then I'm just blending it out with a big powder brush. This powder usually blends out really nicely for me, and it builds up nice. I don't have any problems with it. Now I'm taking the Taking Back to Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics. I'm taking the lighter purple shade and just blending it. I'm putting it in my crease with a blending brush, and I'm building it up rather than packing it on, then blending it out. This is just what I found works the best for me. You do whatever works the best for you. Then I'm taking the darker purple on a more flat, fluffy brush, and putting it deeper in my crease and just doing the same thing, packing it, blending it out until it's to the intensity that I want. And then I'm taking the Milani concealer, and I'm gonna do a little cut crease, and you'll see the shape that I do. And a lot of people would put it on like their lash line and then look up to find that shape, but that doesn't work for me because I have kind of hooded eyes, so it'd end up like almost up to my eyebrow in a way. Well, not up to my eyebrow, but like above my crease, and it just doesn't look good for me. I've tried it a few times, I don't like it. So I've just kind of found the shape that works, and I go around that. I kind of feel like I feel my eye, and I just go around that kind of in a way. I don't know. I've just learned. And then I'm packing on the shimmery purple shade, so I have a base for the glitter, so you don't see like my skin tone through the glitter. And I brought it out further than it really needed to be brought out. I just wanted to make sure it was going to be far enough out. Then I'm taking this black Wet n Wild liquid liner and creating a wing. I didn't stay in frame for most of this, so I cut through quite a bit of it, but you can, for the most part, see the idea of what I did. There's going to be another video on it soon that will hopefully be filmed better. I haven't learned yet. I know, I need to get better. And then once I got the shape drawn, I filled it in, and then while it's still wet on the inner part, I take a flat, dense brush with black eyeshadow on it and blend it into the purple as best as I can. And I'll go back and forth between the brush I used with the black and the brush I used with the purple and just blend it where I feel it needs to be blended until I feel it's good enough. And then I'm taking the Too Faced glitter glue and putting it all over the purple part of my eyelid and a bit of that little black to purple blend. I'm just using a little e.l.f. concealer brush. That's exactly what it's called. It's very tiny and I love it. And then I'm taking this J-Cat loose glitter. I can't remember what the name is, but it's purple. And I'm just packing it all over the spot where I put the glitter glue. And yeah, there's some glitter fallout, but it just brushes away and doesn't do anything because it has no pigment in it. It's just a loose glitter, so it's not going to stick anywhere. And then whatever glitter fallout, I just kind of wipe away. Taking this Collab white metallic liner and putting it in my crease right above the purple shadow. And that's the only place I put it. I didn't bring it out over the black, just right over the purple. I'm not gonna lie, this liner is kind of hard to work with, but I mean, I've had worse, so. And it's pretty, so I like to deal with it. Then I'm just buffing some of the darker purple on my lower lash line. And that's about all I did for that. and blended it out a bit so it wasn't so harsh. Threw on some mascara, well, not threw it on, but you know what I mean. And I did the other eye off camera, obviously. And then I'm taking this BH Cosmetics Black Light Highlighting Palette. I'm taking the shade Strobe, I think. It's the white shade. And I'm putting it on my inner corner and my brow bone right now. I also put mascara on my other eye and my lower lashes. It's just you couldn't see it anyway, so I figured why keep it in. And this highlighter palette is, I swear, one of the most blinding highlighter palettes I've ever used. And they have a more like neutral colors palette, like one of the same exact formulas, but like in more neutral colors rather than like pink and green and blue. And I've swatched it, and that one's really nice too, and I like it. And then taking the Kiss lashes in Grandeur, putting them on my lid, my lash line. And then I'm taking the same highlighter and putting it on my cheekbones, my nose, and my cupid's bow. See, look at how blinding that is. Like, this palette was only like $9 too, and the pan sizes are decent. They're like 2 inches wide. More like 2.5 inches. They're big. And then I'm taking this black liquid lipstick from Baby Bat Beauty, which is the best black liquid lipstick I have ever tried, and I've tried so many. And then after this, I'll do some shots of the final look, and that is it. Thanks for watching.